I wanted to zoom in on kind of the early days. So if anybody's thinking about it, like how did you get that community started? I know you said it took a lot of legwork. So tell me about like what specifically were the things that you had to do?
Yeah, so first I had to really kind of just establish how the community like looked and felt and kind of what we wanted, goals of it, what we wanted to teach inside, kind of who we wanted, right? So just like if you're starting a business and you're thinking like, what value do I want to provide? What do I want to sell? What do I want to target? I kind of went through the same process with the community, almost thinking of it like its own little business. Um, Once I was clear on kind of what I wanted to do, then we just had to start the community, learn how it works, so learn all the features inside of Facebook, learn how other people are doing things, make it look pretty. So we had a cover photo. Actually, cool thing was we had a really crappy looking cover photo, but then there was a designer in the community, and he's like, "I love this community. I made you this cover photo," and we still have it to this day. It looks really
What?
fantastic. Yeah,
That's super cool.
I know, right? But it's funny. There's been people that just created random things for us because they love the community, and it's like someone even created an AJ Cassata fan page, and I was like, okay, this is too much. Like, I'm starting a cult. I need to get rid of this.
I'm
Um,
going to find this.
it's on Instagram. You got to look at it. Actually, speaking of lead gen, that's the coolest lead gen thing I've ever heard of. This guy made an Instagram page for me with 50 posts, and I was like, okay, I'm definitely taking a meeting with this guy. Um,
No way. It was like someone trying to sell to you.
yeah, I mean, he didn't even really ask for a while, but I ended up asking him. He created this. He's like, man, thanks for this community. I made this. Actually, no, that's when I reached out to him. But at first, someone on my team sent me this. They're like, hey, there's an AJ Cassata fan page. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I didn't even have a personal brand until 6 months ago. And I looked on Instagram and there's like 50 posts designed for like the AJ Cassata dash fan page or whatever it's called. And I had to reach out to that guy. Um, it's hilarious.
Found it.
You found it, yeah.
That's great.
I know, right? And I was like, dude, why didn't you try to like outreach me and try to sell me? Like, why did you just create this? Like, so now I started telling him like how we could use this to get other clients for it. But we ended up buying design services from him too. So that was cool. But that was one of the probably my favorite community stories.
That is amazing.
Yeah, I know, right?
I'm gonna close Instagram. I'll throw a link to the show notes and throw a link to the page in the show notes in case anybody wants to follow along because the person did a pretty great job. And I think for the proper experience for the full design, you probably want to see it on your desktop because the way he kind of organized all that Instagram homepage looks pretty neat.
Yeah. It's funny though, right? I was like, holy shit, that was one of those moments where I'm like, man, there's something to this community, right? People are like hailing me as this like leader, right? um, but yeah. So some people at the community help with the design, make it look good, and then
Yeah.
yeah, I think step one is to figure out what you're doing, the strategy. Step two, learn how the platform works, right? It's always good to kind of know like the ins and outs, so you know what features you want to use. There's not too much behind it. It's not very technical. I'm not very like super tech savvy either, especially not back then. But learn how the platform works. Make it look nice, right? So like if you're using a Facebook group, right? Which yeah, I'd say most people here that's gonna be their best bet. Um, then you want a cover photo, you want a welcome post, you want a description about the community that's optimized with keywords because again, Facebook has its own form of SEO. Um, and then you can even go like farther to have like guides where you can have like trainings or lessons or like a step, follow these steps to make the most use out of the community, that sort of thing. Those are kind of the main ones. And then at least get like 20 posts up before you start inviting people so that someone can go there and be like, okay, there's stuff happening here, right? That's kind of like the minimum viable community, really, right? So anyway, make sure it looks good, make sure it has good copy and it speaks to your target audience, make sure it's optimized description for SEO, all that stuff. Picking the name is really important. Picking the name and the cover photo is what shows up when people are searching for groups. So that's an important decision. So our community is called B2B Sales and Marketing Secrets for Agency Owners. So we have the topic that we teach and also the main niche that we attract.